This is Magda Andersson. I'm doing a crowdfunding campaign for my new music project, Magda Novels, starting on October 31st. And you're listening to Brutally Delicious Podcast.
There's my partner, Rena.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Love that shirt.
Thank you. It's actually from it's from a children's show. I have been playing a concert for children just now.
Oh, tonight?
So what is it? Like a mermaid shirt?
Yeah, kind of like I'm playing a character that's from another dimension.
As are mermaids, as far as we know. You know?
Yeah. Obviously.
Last time
I just came from there now. So.
Last time I talked to you, you were still wearing your riding gear from just finishing riding a horse.
Yeah, and I was also in the car. I was like on the parking lot. Yeah.
Yep.
This time I made it home at least.
Nice. Well, cool. I appreciate you joining us.
Well, I'm happy to be here.
So how did this solo stuff come about apart from Ye Banished Privateers?
Well, I have been like my main work is my solo project. Like I have been doing a Swedish solo thing for many years, probably, well, at least 10 years, but like in Swedish and Swedish folk. And now I'm a bit curious to see what happens if I start writing music in English instead. So that's like where the idea came from, because I have been touring internationally with Ye Banished Privateers since 2014 now.
Right.
And it just kind of makes sense to take my solo stuff international as well.
How difficult is it to think that way and to write in English?
Very difficult, because like the music I usually write is very focused on the lyrics, so I have quite high expectations of myself, like in the lyrics that I create. And obviously Swedish is like my main language, so I take a lot of pride in my lyrics. And when I started to write in English, I had to like make the bar a bit lower for myself, because I don't want to like try writing too difficult stuff, or like I don't want it to sound like I don't want it to sound like I know what I'm doing, because I'm not. So it's more like I try to keep it a bit more simple, because I want like the ideas and thoughts to take more place, because I cannot do as much with the lyrics,
right?
If that makes sense. So
okay.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
Excellent. Rena?
What would you say is the best case scenario? So like is your solo stuff very different than the stuff that you do with the band? And is this like, you know, the international touring? Where would you like to end up with this solo project?
Oh, that's a good question. Honestly, I don't think I have put that much thought into like where I'm going, because this is kind of a path where I just wanted to start doing it and see what happens. So I don't really have like an end vision like that, but I do know that I would like to play like festival and club gigs in all over Europe at least. And like my normal solo stuff is way more mellow, and it's very like I play for not very large audiences, because the music is like it's at its best when the setting is kind of intimate. Right. And with Ye Banished Privateers, we can do everything from small audiences to very large ones. but I think like this Magda Novels, my new solo project, is more of like a rock and roll setting. So like I envision like a bit larger audiences than I do with my normal solo stuff. But it's very different from Banished Privateers, because it's a complement to everything that I'm doing. It's like it's a part of my artistry that I haven't explored yet. I mean, it's still like in the folk music realm. So I mean, it's in the same world, kind of, but it's I don't know. I don't think like I would play fantasy festivals or like medieval or pirate festivals with this one. Like I don't want to tap into the same market, or I'm not trying to like use that same audience. Gotcha. Or anything. This is completely separate and just a way for me to like have another creative outlet and like play other kinds of stages.
Okay.
Important question. There are pirate festivals somewhere? What the hell? Where and how do I get there?
Well, you would be surprised. There are quite many and they are awesome.
Oh my God.
Interesting. Like, yeah, I'm not.
You keep surprising me.
Pirate festivals. That's interesting. So I know you're launching a crowdfunding campaign on Halloween, right? October 31st.
Yeah.
That's a whole ball of wax you have to open up too, right? I mean, that's a lot of work compared to what everything else that's going on. How are you going to manage all that?
Like I do with basically everything, is I just start and then I take it as it comes. But honestly, I'm kind of stressed right now because, yeah, like you said, it's a lot and I really, really want to do it right. And it's very scary to like put yourself out there like that. I mean, the background for it is like I realized that I'm very good at like taking control of everything I do. So like if I start a project, I have so much control in every detail, so I make sure that I cannot fail in a way.
Right.
But then, of course, I feel like I'm also playing it safe. So this time I wanted to put myself out of balance. Like I wanted to put myself in a position where I can actually fail. And now I feel really stupid for doing that, of course, because it's really, really scary. But I'm trying to like do everything I can to make it as good and appealing to people as possible. And like I want it to be like I want people to want to support my campaign,
right?
Of course. But then like when it's launched, I just have to hope that people are going to be there and willing to support it. So
interesting place to be.
Yeah, but that is really brave. Like, would you describe yourself as a perfectionist or a control freak or something? I know control freak sounds really bad, but it's just somebody who wants things to go well, in essence, basically, right? You know, that there's a good intention behind it. Nobody's a control freak just for the sake of ruining everybody's day. So like putting yourself into that position is extremely brave, and I applaud you for it, because I can imagine and know what a mental exercise that is.
Thank you.
Kudos on doing that.
Thank you. 100%. I would describe myself as a perfectionist, and like I'm also like I'm having so much fun when I'm like developing ideas and stuff. So I get really, really ambitious, and everything goes to be large projects, and I want everything to be good in detail. So then it tends to be yeah, a lot of work, and you need to be in control, I guess.
Yeah. Do you find those quiet moments a little tantalizing or like anxiety inducing, like when you're not doing something that, you know, for a purpose?
Yeah, I'm working on it. I told Bruce right before you came in to the call that like after the crowdfunding campaign, I'm actually looking at a more calm period of time, like for a couple of months at least. And I cannot remember when I last did that, but I got a scholarship from the Swedish. We have this like culture funds thing, and I got a scholarship to write music or to work on my music. So I'm not going to do a lot of other work,
Right.
like for a couple of months, and that's I'm really looking forward to it. But knowing myself, I know that I will probably also get like anxious, and I will have a million ideas, and I will want to start the next project, but I will really try to not do that and actually focus on just writing music and being outside in the forest or whatever.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, what is the place for unwinding for you? What is the place of peace or action of peace? It could be a thing that you do that is not productive or purposeful, so to speak. What do you do? Forest, I guess, but is there something else?
Yeah, definitely the forest. Like we have a lot of beautiful nature here. I live in northern Sweden, and but horseback riding is a very good place of like turning my brain off. Well, I turn my brain on because it's like mentally challenging, but in a completely other way. So like when I come home from the stables, I always feel like super clear in my head, and I feel energized and happy. It's very cool. It's a very cool feeling because it's like you have to stay focused on the horse and what you're doing, because like if you lose your focus, then something bad can happen, or the horse will go wherever it wants to. So you always need to like be focused, but I cannot focus on the ideas or whatever that usually goes through my mind.
So have you started writing the Magda novels yet, or is that what you're going to do when you take advantage of the scholarship?
No, I have written quite a few songs, and 4 of them are already recorded. So that will be the debut EP, and that's part of the crowdfunding campaign to fund like the physical production of the EP. So the first 4 songs are, I would say, they're not finished, but they are like being produced, and I have recorded my vocals and everything.
Nice. So the stuff that you're going to take advantage of when you have downtime, that's more Magda stuff, or that's just going to be determined?
No, I'm working on 2 parallel projects for songwriting. So that will be more Magda Novels songs, because for next year, I'm also part of the crowdfunding campaign is also to fund an international release tour.
Oh, nice.
And I need more than 4 songs to play an entire set. So I'm going to write more Magda Novels songs, and I'm also working on new stuff in Swedish.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's kind of nice actually to have like I don't need to know what I'm starting on. Like in the songwriting process now, like usually if I know that I'm writing for an album in Swedish, like every song I start, I know kind of how the end product needs to sound or something. But now, since I'm writing for 2 different things, I don't really have to know beforehand what it's going to be. That's kind of nice.
That makes you feel better about it then?
Yeah, I mean, I think it takes some pressure off actually. So I think it's good for my creative process as well, because it takes some pressure off of it.
Gotcha. If anybody watching or any fans here want to find your crowdfunding, how do we do that?
It will be on Indiegogo, which is a crowdfunding platform. So either go there or it will be on all over my social media for the entire November. Okay. So my Instagram or Facebook account or something.
And that's going to kick off the 31st, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Rena, you got anything else?
Well, I was thinking we could do our new little segment if you're
absolutely
up for it, Magda. This is going to be weird, but that's the way we like it.
I like it.
Weird is the best. So Bruce is going to brief you on what we're doing.
All right. So I'm just going to show you one picture. All I need you to do is tell me what is happening in the picture right now and what's going to happen in the next frame.
Oh, no. All right.
You've done weird stuff with me before. It's no weird.
But I'm like nervous.
What do you say, Magda? No, say whatever.
I'm thinking of like a caveman and some. Yeah, there are definitely some cave paintings. The television. What? No, it's like it's like inside a body. I think it looks like the inside of a throat. Maybe he's standing on a tongue. And what are those? I don't know the English word, but it looks like flimmerhår. Maybe he's no. It's like I think it's an artist that has created their own creative space, but they have like a really fucked up imagination. So the room created for himself. Yeah, it looks like this, but now it makes total sense.
You're the second person who said tongue today. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, you're the fourth person to look at this picture and first it was a stomach and then it turned into a mouth and a tongue. But you started with the whole like in a body.
Yeah.
This is so fascinating. Because we've also had a cave in hell.
Yes,
and stuff like that.
Oh.
But these connotations are just.
What do you see in that thought bubble? Because I see a chef.
It's even a thought bubble. What is it?
Oh, I didn't think of that as a thought bubble. I thought it was like a frame, like a framed picture.
To me, it looks like a chef with a chef's hat. But you're not.
No, it's something coming out of his mouth.
Okay.
Like the guy in the picture is like barfing. I guess like the darkness of his soul.
Wow. That's beautiful. So what would be the next
a good way to get it out?
Yeah, what would be the next frame in this picture? The next scene?
Oh shit. Well, since I imagine this guy in the middle being an artist who just created this room for like his own imagination to become real. I think the next frame is just him walking in the forest or riding a horse.
Fair enough.
So he gets out of the mouth stomach thing.
Yeah, he's just in there like when he creates or like when he needs to be in the creative zone, and then he can go out to clear his mind or something.
Do you think it's odd to have a picture framed of somebody vomiting on your wall?
No, not in this case. we don't art shame here, Bruce.
No, whatever, that's fine. Well, cool. Let me go back to regular. Rena, you got anything else?
No, this was fantastic.
It was a pleasure talking to you as always.
Same. Really nice to meet you both.
Good luck with your
super nice. And best of luck with the crowdfunding. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And I'll catch you online and probably wrangle you into something else here eventually.
Yeah, just no more intros.
No worries.
It was a good intro.
Yeah, it was.
You have a good day.
Hey, be well. Night. Thank you so much, Magda.
Bye.
We'll see you. Bye.
Bye.